In the rush of modern life, it's easy to forget the delicate balance that sustains us. Every step we take, every choice we make, leaves a mark on the world around us. We used to think that we needed to protect the planet for our children and future generations, but we were wrong. As technology has improved, so has our understanding of our impact on the world. The consequences of our actions are affecting us today. The world is changing drastically. Within the next 10 to 20 years, we will experience irreversible consequences. We need to act now for tomorrow.
At Rogers Hospitality, we are acutely aware of climate change impacts, which is already upon us. By calculating our carbon footprint, we understand our emissions and target areas for improvement. Our methodology covers the 3 scopes, which provides us a complete overview of our activities. Scope 1, which is direct emissions that occur from sources that are controlled and owned by the organization, like emissions associated with fuel combustion in generators, vehicles, etc. The Scope 2, indirect greenhouse gas emissions associated with the purchase of electricity, steam, heat or cooling. And the Scope 3, the result from activities from assets not owned and or controlled by the reporting organization, but that the organization indirectly impacts in its value chain. As part of the annual carbon emission study conducted by Rogers Hospitality, the total carbon footprint calculated is more than 32,000 tons CO2 equivalent for the financial year 21-22. To account the Scope 3 emissions, we prioritize detailed information in our calculations. Our comprehensive approach covers 15 categories, including business travel, waste, water management, and more. As part of Rogers Group, we committed to Science-Based Targets initiative. We aim to achieve a 50% reduction in all scopes emissions by 2030 and reach a net zero emission by 2050.
We take action across all scopes to reduce our carbon footprint, from energy-efficient equipment to LED lighting or optimized HVAC systems to enhance efficiency. Our waste management system diverts over 63% of waste through recycling, reuse, composting and upcycling. In addition, 90% of our supplies come from local sources, prioritizing produce, seafood and poultry. We establish efficient supply chains through local partnerships and embed sustainability in daily operations through ongoing employee training. While we strive to minimize emissions, we recognize that certain carbon emissions are inevitable. As a solution, we invest in carbon offset projects to counterbalance remaining emissions. By partnering with reputable organizations, we support initiatives like renewable energy, reforestation, and other effective measures that reduce greenhouse gas emissions.
Carbon offsetting involves neutralizing or balancing an equivalent amount of carbon emissions released into the atmosphere. It is achieved through the use of carbon credits, which represent 1 metric ton of carbon dioxide equivalent emissions. These credits are tradable permits issued by projects that effectively reduce or remove greenhouse gas emissions, such as renewable energy and reforestation initiatives.
For the financial year 21-22, Heritage Resort purchased over 10,000 carbon credits to offset our residual carbon footprint. These credits were sourced from a 12.4 megawatt photovoltaic farm in Mauritius. We have consciously chosen to offset the residual carbon of guests residing at Heritage Resort. While not all accommodation units currently offset their guest carbon emissions, it is an ongoing process at Heritage Resort and part of our long-term sustainability roadmap.
This year, we've partnered with a consultancy firm specialized in carbon footprint studies because we're committed to enhance the precision of our calculations and formalizing what can otherwise be a complex and laborious process. Our goal is to perform annual assessments to track our progress towards our targets. To achieve this, we've chosen the bilan carbone method, known for its comprehensiveness and effectiveness. This study will allow us to elaborate a roadmap helping us identify key areas where we can make tangible difference in reducing our carbon footprint, together achieving meaningful change based on real data and globally recognized frameworks and procedures.
Rogers Hospitality is engaged and takes the issue of carbon footprint seriously. Our strategic roadmap outlines specific targets, actions, and timelines for reducing emission organization-wide. With this holistic approach, we maximize our environmental impact, driving towards a low-carbon future.